Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right. Well, it's Memorial Day, and I hope you've had a really nice day, and you've taken the opportunity to remember all the folks that gave everything for us to be able to sit around and talk about sports and anything else we want to talk about. It's a very important day, no doubt. We're going to talk about recruiting. We had the 865 weekend, which was a really big deal. We're taking the lead for several big-time athletes that I think are probably going to commit to the Vols at some point coming up. We're going to talk about that. But first, I'm going to show you on 3. They did a little video which kind of talks about the Vols and how important this weekend was, kind of getting ahead of the game and getting ahead of some other teams that are out there, and many teams that are out there, actually.
That was the recruiting event held in Knoxville, Tennessee this weekend. I know what you're asking. What is 865 Live? Well, it was a non-recruiting recruiting event. Hear me out. In Knoxville over the weekend, they played games. Prospects came on campus to hang out. They spent time with the coaching staff. They didn't really talk football, but they talked football. You get it. It was one of those kind of weekends. Well, Knoxville played host to close to 24 blue chip recruits. I talked to Austin Price from VolQuest. He said the word that kept coming up over and over and over again after talking to the recruits was genuine.
And I've seen that everywhere, that everybody likes this Josh Heupel coaching staff. They appreciate the effort, and they keep saying genuine. They feel the love, so to speak. Every time a recruit shows up on campus, they're like, man, this is great. This is great. You've got the winning. You've got the most exciting offense in the country. The defense is building. We had a very good recruiting class last year. Our quarterback room is pretty darn good. I mean, we've got Joe Milton. We've got a 5-star behind him, the #1 recruit in the country, and a darn good third string in Gaston Moore. And I think people are getting excited, and I think some of these young recruits are seeing the forest for the trees on this, and they know they're not just being read some script. It's no Butch Jones thing, if you'll remember that. This is, hey, this is who we are. This is how it's going to be. And it's really been fairly uneventful the first 2 years as far as trouble and problems. We did have the one issue before the South Carolina game, but look, compared to, you look at Georgia and Alabama and all that, man, it's difficult. Running a football team of this size and keeping things squared away is not easy, and Josh Heupel seems to be doing a really nice job. Let's continue on and see what else they have to say.
The relationships, the word was genuine. Now, what I think was most important about this weekend is that there's coaches all over the country sitting around waiting for June official visits to kick off. We're only a week away, but Tennessee got a jump on official visit season and sort of cut the line on a few guys to get on campus before a very busy June gets started. All these other teams just sitting around while Tennessee is hosting the biggest recruiting weekend in the country.
One of the players that we're really leading for is Cam Fountain, and he was there this weekend, and Steve Wiltfong has given him a crystal ball towards the Vols. This is a very fine edge player, 6'5", 237. As you can see, he's ranked as high as number 50 in the country. Some people have him anywhere from 50 to 150. So he's a big-time edge. He's the number 7 player out of the state of Georgia, and this would be a real coup for the Vols to get a player of this caliber out of the state of Georgia. It's not easy to do. And here's the thing. Even though we've got some great edge rushers on this team, you're going to get on the field quicker than you will at Georgia. It's just a fact. They're just so loaded, it's ridiculous. And he has an opportunity to get on this field and really, showcase his skills. And I can understand why we're leading for him. And let's watch a few highlights of Cam. And here we go. He's right here on the edge. And, yep. And they always look great in these highlights, obviously. This is the second half of a game. Let's see how he handles the rush. And let's see how he handles the run. Jeez. Took him down kind of quick. All right, let's watch this one. Coming off the left edge. Boy, he plays the run really well. Got good leverage. God, he's going up against a big dude. You going to take that back for a touchdown? Man, that dude can run. Man, 6'5" and can run like that. Yeah, this guy's a major run stopper. Wonder how he does against let's see how he does with the quarterbacks. This is going to be a sack. Yep. Yeah, you can see why people are high on this guy. He's got all the skills you're looking for. Yeah, he's going to blow this play up big time. He missed the block big time. Yeah, you're done. Jeez, he slams them down too. He comes around now. That's going to be terrible. Yeah, and then, yeah. So you can see why the Vols are really high on this guy and why he's definitely a high priority. Now let's talk about another player that I think is really high on the Vols, and he's just down the road. And this is Boo Carter, and I think he's going to translate as safety, which would be great for us in the secondary. He's out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now they've got him as a 4-star at 91, about 240th in the country. And I will just say this, the teams that are after him, Alabama, Ohio State, if they're after him, they see something. And this guy's a very high priority for us. Not only is he just an hour and a half down the road, but more than anything, we need help in the secondary. And this guy's got some serious skills, and I think he would be a big addition to our secondary as far as recruiting is concerned. And it looks like we're leaning towards a commitment from him. So there's two guys on the defensive side that I feel really good about. And, of course, we covered the other day, we picked up Peyton Lewis, a very high 4-star running back, probably the fastest running back in the country, just can really fly. And after his pickup, we moved to number 8 in the country in recruiting and number 3 in the SEC behind Georgia and LSU. And Georgia and LSU have the best footprints in the country. I mean, it's just going to be very difficult to out-recruit them. But if we can stay close with Josh Heupel in this offense, we can compete with them pretty fairly. So we really need to be around that 5th, 6th spot in recruiting nationally on a regular basis. And even if they finish 1, 2, 3, or 4, we'll be close enough to where we can compete with them because we have a significant advantage with our scheme, and it's very hard to stop. And if we have similar Jimmies and Joes, we're going to be a real nightmare for them. Now, we're working on a bunch of other players. As you know, Sammy Brown was there, number 1 linebacker in the country. That guy's a beast. And if you've seen his workouts and what he can do physically, he would be a great pickup. He's leaning he was leaning towards Georgia, and he's also looking hard at Clemson. But Tennessee sort of evened it up with this weekend. It turns out he was really pleased with how the weekend went, which we're hearing that very consistently. Also, Amari Jefferson, who's a wide receiver. This would be a great guy for us to pick up. Feeling good about that as well. He's a Tennessee guy, so, pretty good shot with him. Also looking at a tight end, Amir Jackson. That would be a real nice pickup for us, especially with Riddell out. We do have 1 tight end that's already committed, a high 4-star, but it'd be nice to have a second one. We really need 2 in this class. Daniel Hill, of course, we just got Peyton Lewis. Daniel Hill would be a fine running back for us to pick up, and it's really looks like it's between us and Alabama and South Carolina. South Carolina's desperate for a running back, so they're going to be going after this guy hard. Also, Daniel Calhoun, a big offensive lineman. We need help there. That's the one thing South Carolina's done really well. They've recruited the offensive line beautifully. They've just kind of struggled in other areas. Well, the one place we've struggled is offensive line, and we need help in that position group. And hopefully Daniel Calhoun will be a great pickup for us. We're also trying to pick up Ronan O'Connell. He's down to 3. It's either going to be Wisconsin, Clemson, or us, and I think he's leaning our way. That's a 4-star offensive lineman, which I showed you a video of him. He'd be a real nice pickup, real solid player. And then, of course, Edwin Spillman out of Tennessee. That'd be a real nice pickup for us. And I think he's leaning our way. He's a big-time recruit in the state and would be great on our defense. And I feel like we're doing a great job recruiting on linebackers. Arian Carter, I think, is going to be a beast. He's got the speed. He's got the strength. And we keep going down this path of picking up these types of linebackers. Edwin Spillman would be a nice pickup. And we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine on the defense if we keep going down this path. We picked up some real nice cornerbacks last year. We're going to need to pick up probably 2 or 3 this year in the secondary, especially cornerback and safety. But I just see this defense improving, and the offense, I think, will take care of itself. We've got the players that we need there, and we just need to continue to execute, and I think we'll be fine. And I think this weekend could not have gone better. I think it was fantastic and gives us a leg up on virtually every team in the country. And it was, the On3 guy called this a genius move. I can't disagree. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's be able to continue to cover the Vols, the SEC, and everything else. And if you've not subscribed, it's right here on your right, my left. Just boom. That's right, your right, my left. Boom. Hit that little button. I would appreciate it. And right over here's my most recent video. Be sure to check that one out. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk J.